But first, we've seen engineers try to turn fictional Hollywood vehicles like maybe Tron light cycles into real-life objects. But this next story, that's only half of the story. The other half is making a superhero, a living, breathing superhero. So how do you combine those? There could be more to this than meets the eye.
What's up?
Just what is it that drives the struggling actor in Hollywood?
I moved out to California with the standard film acting, the dream.
But that dream can quickly turn into a nightmare.
As a filmmaker, musician, actor, whatever, you're constantly told that you suck. It doesn't really matter what you've done. It matters who you know.
So Drew Beaumier turned to what he knew, one of his favorite childhood pastimes.
The Transformers were probably my favorite toy growing up.
And now with his drive suits in demand, Drew is moving into the fast lane. He first caught the public's eye with an audition on American Idol. He didn't hit the right notes with the judges, but he did meet a licensing agent there.
And this one is very cool.
Today, Drew is putting the final touches on his suits as he gets ready for his first big break. A steady 2-month run performing at a theme park in China. He's recruited 2 friends from back home in Ohio to perform with him.
Just flip it.
It's just days till their departure for the Far East. They've got a big rehearsal scheduled later this afternoon on Hollywood Boulevard. The drive suits need to be performing just right.
Make sure these are open when you put it down because you keep accidentally crushing them.
And the experience on the boulevard will be crucial for Drew and his crew.
But they need that practice, and then they need to be rehearsed, so that when we go to China, they know exactly what to do.
It hasn't been an easy ride for Drew. 2 years ago, after motoring to LA, his dreams of Hollywood fame and fortune were looking bleak. So was his ability to pay the rent. His love of costumes and motorized vehicles took over. He heard of some costume contests offering big prize money.
The idea was that if I spent a couple $100 on making the costume, and I think the contest was for about $1,000 or something like that, then I'd make rent for that month. I'd been thinking about making like a drivable car costume for a while. I'd seen a bunch of them made on the internet out of like duct tape, but they never moved. And when I push it, the inspiration is that if somebody could make it drive, it would just like blow people's minds.
He starts with a childhood favorite.
Kids ride on car toys were perfect. I'm able to cut away the plastic and use all of it. I pretty much recycle the entire thing.
The key is finding the best way to attach it to the body.
This is pretty much like the whole basis of it is making a skateboard for your knee. It's almost like a knee board.
He uses a hockey or baseball shin guard, along with a big Hot Wheel type of tire, and he's ready to roll with the smallest output of power.
This little D battery is the whole motor right here. That's what powers it, 2 of those. I don't even know what's going on in there, but it's freaking amazing to take this little motor and put such a high output to move 250 pounds at 5 miles an hour.
2 cables run to the boot to provide the power. A 3rd cable is the on-off trigger.
That's what drives me.
Suiting up and transforming for Drew is old hat by now. He knows these drive suits inside and out.
I tripped a couple of times transforming.
But the 2 friends he recruited to perform with him at his big show in China, well, they need some practice.
It was good on paper, but it's not really coming together.
Drew continues to work out the technical aspects, while his recruits need to get comfortable operating the equipment.
Just a pressure point right there, because all that weight comes right down that spot, so we're going to put a pad there to just disperse the weight out pretty much.
Being on stage in front of a big crowd is not something these guys are used to. Today, they're hoping a showing out on Hollywood Boulevard will help set the stage for their big China gig.
Getting familiar with the suits and stuff like that beforehand was definitely going to help out, because like when I first got down, a couple times kind of stumbled out, and then trying to get back up onto the, your feet and stuff like that is kind of tricky.
Looks like we got a pretty good crowd right here. Jeez.
Thank you.
Just seeing them out here and actually getting the transformations down pretty flawlessly and just gives me that much more confidence.
When we first told about China, that was like being on stage, anything like that, I was going to be nervous and everything, and then getting out here to do this first, it definitely removes some of that stage fright and seeing how positive people are going to react.
And that positive reaction is what truly drives Drew.
out of all the junk that I've built, it's like finally some positive feedback on something. It's just like the best job ever.
For the record, we love Transformer Dude here at Daily Planet.